They're quite
Down there?
far down. They're leading the last spots at the moment, if I'm correct.
No, they are play 7, Uranus 03.
Yeah, they're leading the last spots. So they might want to advance now. They're going to do it. So let's see. Ostkaka, Shaman, Rogue, Druid. Well, you just destroyed everything, Timo. I'm just telling you this, guys. My producer destroyed everything. But it's okay. I was talking way too much. So we got Miracle Rogue versus a Druid versus a Warlock. Handlock again for Lothar and
That
Ostkaka.
is in favor of the handlock, in my opinion.
Well, we had those matches early on, so I agree with you here. It goes in the favor of a handlock. Absolutely.
Oh, double mountain giant already.
That's-
But he's the first player, so he doesn't have the coin, which plays into the favor of Ostkaka.
Absolutely. Well, we're just going to do this. No, that's wrong. We're just going to jump a few seconds before. That someone cutted those files and someone did something wrong. I have to assume here. That happens if you have a live production with pre-recorded games. Sometimes
That happens if you have a live production and team was your producer.
some things could get messed up. Don't worry, everything is running. We got Ostkaka's hand here, pretty amazing. So he got already eviscerate, backstab. He can almost kill a giant if one is upcoming. But Lothar has 2 of them, so he really wants to have a sap here upcoming.
Yep.
That would be extremely helpful for him. Whoa, next turn giant. What will Ostkaka do against that?
Die.
Yeah, so he has an Earthen Ring Forest here. That's actually good. He can use it additionally to kill a mountain giant.
Yeah.
And that mountain giant is gonna come. Whatever happens, if I don't know, if the earth comes down, earthquakes, lava bursts from somewhere, it's gonna happen. We might see. Well, he could. The craziest play would be coin eviscerate eviscerate. I guess he's going to tank 8 damage here, so he can bring him down to 1. Tank 8 damage. It wouldn't hurt him, so he's anyway not going to die. Just the most annoying thing for Lothar is,
Next giant ink.
and not for Lothar, for Ostkaka is next giant ink, as you say. And he can even soulfire that 3/3 away to get rid of it. It's just looking extremely well for Lothar here.
Well, that would be BM. Wow.
Well, that is what he needs to do, and he only loses an Earthen Ring Farseer. So next turn, we might see Ancient Watcher plus
Plus
wow.
Defender of Argus.
That's nice. And a sap, but a sap for Ostkaka. So he's top decking what he needs. The number 1 sad thing is you cannot play Auctioneer, Coin, Sap. The play you want to do now to mulligan through your deck, get more cards. He needs to sap, kinda.
Yes, he does.
The advantage here is by playing the Soulfire, Lothar lost 2 cards. Still, he will be able to play his Giant.
Nothing else.
But it was pretty good. So, sapping here has some value. He can also sap Fan of Knives to just draw more cards. He kind of needs to draw those cards. He might also just shift, pass a turn, and then go crazy with his Auctioneer. But that would be just... It would be taking another 8 damage, and then you're already down to 14. That could break your neck. So he can drain and drop a Mountain Giant if he wants to. We see Leroy, Shadow Stab Leroy. So 12 damage, 13 damage is possible for Ostkaka. 13 damage he has, ready to launch.
It's not enough.
With a Cold Blood, it would be 17. So he could coin out a Cold Blood too. That would 17, but it's not enough. But just saying what we have possibility-wise roaming around. Well, he still needs to play Auctioneer, Coin Shift, or Coin Eviscerate into face, something like that. He really needs another shift, and then hope that he wins somehow. Okay. Now he's doing the same move again. He's bringing him down and tanks another 8 damage. The main problem is he uses so many spells. And
yeah, but he got rid of the giants, which is
yeah.
okay.
And next turn he got 12. He got 15 damage at the moment. So that seems nice. If he gets a Cold Blood and his enemy drains, so Lothar drains without.
Doesn't have 15. It's 1 mana short.
He's 1 mana short.
Yep.
With a Cold Blood.
Yep.
If he double plays Leroy.
Well, if he has a cold blood, it's 16 damage, not 15.
Or I'm counting the SI7 agent in
Ah, okay.
for staying alive.
Yeah, if it's gonna stay alive.
Well, we have another Soulfire for Lothar, so it might be that minion actually drops.
Double taunt.
And that's crazy. He heals himself up, double taunt. You need your Assassin's Blade, Poison. Yeah, you kind of need that now. A Blade Flurry. It's good, but not good enough. Well, you kind of want to kill the 3/3 with your 3/3, but with your minion surviving, so you can Shadow Step it. That would be useful. What he actually can only play the Auctioneer and Shadow Step the Auctioneer to draw a card. That's sad, but what else does he want to do? So you cannot drop your SI7, it won't have any value. It's like the sad thing to do here.
Wow.
And then run in your SI7 into the minion.
Pain.
And that hurt a lot. But next turn, he needs to start mulliganing. He didn't get a preparation, so there could be a preparation upcoming soon.
Yeah, it's game.
It's game. Do we see it already? It's 6.
Leroy, Defender of Argus, Soulfire.
That's
GG.
correct. That's 6, 8,
14
10,
damage.
14 damage. Well played. So Lothar has to drop his Leroy. Besides his Sunfury Protector, play the Defender of Argus in the middle of those two, and then finish the game with a Soulfire. And that was, well, that's always Leroy in a handlock. It can get annoying. And the game, I wanted to say, looks extremely good for Ostkaka here.
Well,
Just gets...
Told you time and time again, against those Twilight Drakes, they're super valuable. You have the Hex, you have the big game hunter to deal with the giants, so Shaman, the most obvious choice for me.
I'm rooting for Shaman too. And there it is, with double Azure Drake start. That's not going to be kept.
No.
He's going to redraw everything. As Lothar did, he redraw his whole hand too. We have a Mountain Giant and a Soulfire again. It's super annoying.
Turn 2.
And turn 2, so he has a coin. There's an Earthshock, so Twilight Drake, you're good to come. But he really... And an Hex, so we're fine here. Card-wise, both players have a good hand. Ostkaka can survive. Lothar can drop his stuff down. And he even gets an Argent Squire. That's cool. And a Spell Damage Totem. That's even better. The good thing for Lothar is, again, he can drop a minion before turn 4. So he can just drop a 3/3 out, just oppose some threat if he wants to.
Yep.
That's always valuable. But Ostkaka can do some really good job now. He can drop his Argent Squire, get a totem, he can go for his spirits. Next turn, whatever. If there is a 3/3 upcoming, he can just Rock Biter it. This is looking...
I'd say go for the totem.
I would say
Totem Argent Squire.
I would say so too. If he wants to Mortal Coil your Argent Squire, he kind of needs to silence your minion away first. And that's, well, unlikely to happen. Okay, he goes for the wolves. It's okay if he wants to go for turn... Well, if he wants to get the most of his turn 5, that's the best thing to do. So turn 5, he can then Hex and Totem up, for example. And now he's out. I'm expecting to see a Rock Biter on that minion. And he can Rock Biter plus another Hex. Perfect, just saying. So 2 giants get hexed. And a Twilight Drake will die. And he's just Ostkaka is having some really crazy hand to deal here with everything Lothar could throw in his face. And there's, well, a Molten Giant already in Lothar's hand. So we're going to see Mountain.
Yeah, most likely.
That's just...
He doesn't have many options.
Yeah, you could now throw some Soulfires, but you don't want to lose Leroy, Molten Giant. You don't want to lose your top. You don't want to lose anything, and there's just going to come that crazy hex, plus more totems. So if your enemy has a Hellfire now, well that sucks. You're gonna lose everything on your board
It's
except
fine, but then you just keep the board control of Zoo Drake.
yeah.
Get your card draw.
Well, I guess Lothar is hoping for Shadow Flame as fast as possible, so he can go Ancient Watcher crazy Shadow Flame. He can also just taunt it up. That would be good because Ostkaka can silence it. But
if he's suicidal.
yeah, if he's suicidal, he can silence it. That wouldn't be optimum play. The best thing for him would be if he taunts the Ancient Watcher up, play Azure Drake, get a Lightning Bolt, and do a 5 damage Lightning Bolt with his spell damage totem. That would just be madness if he accomplishes that.
That would be extremely lucky as well.
Well, there are 2 Lightning Bolts in the deck. He can draw 1 card and 1 card with the Azure Drake, so it would be okay if he gets one with 2 card draw.
Chance is like, I don't know, 10%.
Well, it's a card game. You cannot count with chance. In poker, you can count with chances, but in card games, you have to consider the heart of cards.
Not of cards.
And if you don't take that in account, you might lose your games.
Yeah.
It's always possible. So there's that 4 or 5 online, and I predict the Lightning Bolt incoming now. Well, it's only an Earthshock, but that's almost a Lightning Bolt. The funny thing is, he can do 3 damage Earthshock if he really wants to. That's always cool to see.
Useless, but cool to see.
Useless, but cool to see. He might get baited into hexing here.
I think he will go Defender of Argus between the Argent Squire and one of the Spirit Wolves, and then just trade them away and keep going for the face.
But if you
lose to you lose 1 card.
Yeah, you lose that wolf. That would hurt in my eyes. You really don't want to lose
but
your
you want to keep the pace up.
Well, you could also drop it between the Argent Squire and the Spell Damage Totem and shoot 1 Earthshock if you want to.
Nah, I value the Shocks higher.
Yeah, sure. You really don't want to use them early on, but still, I feel like that was an okay play, but it still hurts you. I feel really uncomfortable with that play.
Really?
But he had
even
to
against there's the Hellfire potential.
Absolutely true. And the Shadow Flame potential right now in his hand. The good thing is he has no minion to Shadow Flame, so he could Shadow Flame the 2/3. He could even attack
and
one.
Then the 2/1s, he has no Mortal Coil.
Well, he could attack one of the 2/3s and then Shadow Flame, so only the Defender of
true.
Argus would survive. But you want to keep your Shadow Flame for Leroy overwhelming Shadow Flame, something like that. But still, I guess in that situation, it would be okay.
Well, it's not too much damage on the board. You know, it's only 6, and you have a Molten Giant. You might as well just drop a Twilight Drake and be happy.
The problem is always if you just drop something, and you don't take the lead.
Well, he can trade with the Argent Squire.
That's at least good, but still, now you're giving Ostkaka the options to do with you whatever he wants. So
That sounded wrong.
no, it sounded absolutely right. He can do what he wants now. Just Earthshock away the Twilight Drake, trade off the 2/1, attack your face. You get an extremely nice board going, and he has an Alakir in his hand. So next turn, damage-wise, there could be 14 damage incoming. Well, I guess we're going to see the Shadow Flame now with that Ancient Watcher top deck.
Yeah, he had to.
Wow. But still, there's Alakir. And without a...
Would you Alakir now?
No.
I wouldn't.
But
I would just play my Mana Totem.
and now you have to wait anyways for turn 10 to deal 10 instant damage. But you got that Mana Tide Totem you were talking about, and this is some crazy card draw if Lothar is not getting rid of it.
Well, it's gonna get soul fired, but I would silence it.
Yeah, if you soul fire it, you could lose your extremely valuable card, and that would so hurt. Hellfire is a possibility too. Or just Molten Giant.
Leave it alive? Yeah.
Well, you got Leroy Shadow Flame in your hand, so you got again that crazy clear potential. I guess we're going to see an Hex. I guess we're going to see a Hex.
Yeah, 100%.
That seems to be the most obvious play. The good thing is a Molten Giant dropped. So in my eyes, I would say, well, Lothar doesn't have another one, so he has nothing in his hand, nothing cool to drop. So let's kill that giant and then do as much damage in his face as is possible.
He can't be certain if there is another giant in his hand or not, because he played it for 6 mana after he tapped.
But it would be
I wouldn't be so sure.
I would just nuke his face now. Just nuke his face like crazy. No regrets.
YOLO.
No, it's okay to do so. So he's down to 14. If he burns himself again, if he taps again, he will be on. Well, he will be on 12 anyway and drop his giant if he has him. So just bring him down to 12. If it's for 2 or for 0 mana, it doesn't matter at all. And well, being on 10
That makes sense.
he's like so low. He can Hellfire here, but then he's dead. So there's Alakia. Oh well, he survives with 1 HP. He can Hellfire here if he wants to. He can Leroy Shadow Flame, but that sucks because you cannot attack. Well, he cannot attack the face.
He could Soulfire
And lose.
Leroy Shadow Flame.
Yes, he could Soulfire Leroy Shadow Flame, but that would feel kind of wasty since you Shadow Flamed. You Soulfire the totem you want to Shadow Flame. And now he's down to 7. He really needs to look out for. So with Alakir together, we have enough damage to almost win. Lothar could die here, but Ostkaka, well, there's that Fire Elemental roaming around. Get rid of that 2/1. Do 2 damage more.
I think Fire Elemental
is an okay play.
Wait.
Well, if you file,
if he no, never mind.
yeah, he's 1 damage short still.
Yeah.
Well, he can still go for it, but if there's an Alex upcoming, for example, tears rushing down your face. So I guess Fire Elemental is a better play. Bring him down to 7, and then next turn maybe win with a super burst.
That makes sense.
Well, I was thinking about do those 2 damage in the face, but
Nah.
I guess clearing the board is okay too. Well, Siphon Soul top deck here from Lothar. That's good. It helps.
Nope.
Well, it brings him up to 12.
Still lethal.
But it's cool. Yeah, with Alakir, Flame Tank Totem, that's 10 damage plus a 3 from...
+2 from the weapon.
Yeah. So even if
Alexstrasza or Jaraxxus wouldn't help. Or Jaraxxus would help, actually.
if Selnus dies, he would still survive. He would still win. That's just enough damage to do it here. And he's gonna Soulfire. He needs to Soulfire kinda to get rid of that Selnus. But still, we see 10 damage here for Ostkaka. The Shaman is gonna win here. So, that's an easy choice. Alakir, Flame Tank Totem, we said it before. 10 damage, Lothar
15
goes down.
Yeah.
And he could for it too. Would like to see a Shaman Mirror. Ah, nice. We're seeing it. And Lothar has the Lava Burst, so that's a interesting version.
That's the manly version.
And we see double Argent Squire for Ostkaka. So he holds Argent Commander, Argent Commander, Argent Squire, Argent Squire.
Want to buy Blood Knight?
That's some crazy hand. I don't know if I would keep the second Argent Squire, but it's a funny hand. And he has a Lightning Storm plus Selnus. That's a really good hand. The advantage is with the Argent Squire, he can bait out one of the Earth Shocks. So
Healing Totem.
there's no Earth Shock incoming. That's a turn 3 play, I assume.
Yeah, of course, a Shock Totem.
And both of those players are just dropping their totems. Everyone is just dropping totems. There's no reason to do anything else. Now we have the mirror match, the perfect mirror match. He's going to drop Argent Squire also into that healing totem. But the thing is...
I think he's gonna Totem Earthshock.
Yeah, you wanted to totem up an Earthshock, but now the Argent Squire is trying to convince you to play the Argent Squire.
Scumbag Argent Squire.
But the thing is, you don't want to play your Selnus first now. If you play your Selnus and your Selnus gets Earthshocked, Well, I value the card draw higher than the Divine Shield on an Argent Squire.
Yeah, and most definitely. And it's also the spell damage. You could combo it with a Lightning Storm or with a Lightning Bolt to get rid of an Azure Drake, for example. So, no surprise that he doesn't play Selnus.
And in a Shaman versus Shaman Mirror, everything comes down to patience. So there are 2 totems now. You don't care. You just get your own totems. If one gets a big minion, you have to kill that big minion somehow. But it's more or less a patience game since there is that Lightning Storm, and Lightning Storm destroys so much. So there might be from Lothar. He might have 3 minions on the board next turn with 3 HP. But we see Selna's Lightning Storm in Ostkaka's hand. He can just destroy everything Lothar has here flying around.
But then he's overloaded. I
But-
think defend off Argus and kill the healing totem.
Well, I would kill the 1/1 totem absolutely, since you're getting the heal from
Because
your
of
heal.
the Flame Tongue?
Well, because of the Flame Tongue, and you're getting the heal anyways. Next turn you can kill the healing totem. So the healing totem alone is no problem. But with a Flame Tongue totem, as you said, the 1/1 totem, the Searing totem, can deal 3 damage and kill something off. You kind of don't want that to happen. We might see from Ostkaka now Selna's Lightning Storm, but patience game. That's no damage on the board. That's 4 damage on the board. It's not going to kill you. What is 4 damage going to accomplish against you? You want to wait for an Azure Drake, for an Unbound additionally, something like that, to make your Lightning Storm even more valuable.
But you know, you're gonna lose board control slowly but surely.
But you have your Lightning Storm, and well, Lightning Storm in a Shaman Mirror. Only the Fire Elemental is safe from a spell damage up Lightning Storm with +1. That's one of the only minions that's absolutely safe. All the other minions are actually in range, and we see the play. Everything dies.
Clears everything up.
And the good thing is he has Selnus out now. So if it dies, he gets a card draw. Oh, and Lothar, if he wants to kill him badly, he would have to use his spells. Sadly, Ostkaka is 1 mana short. If he had 1 mana more, he could have played Defend of Argus. That would turn out extremely cool for him. Well, now he can only run in his Selnus, draw a card, and get an Earthshock.
Nice.
It's a really nice top deck. Earthshock Totem, and hope for a lightning for another spell damage totem to get some super lightning bolts off with your Azure Drake. But totem is, well, it's okay if you don't get one. Argent Squire is the equivalent to a spell damage totem. So either you get a plus lightning bolt, or you have an Argent Squire that can attack. That's more or less the same. And those Argent Squires really battling here for the lead. But he has a Defend of Argus now. The same thing Lothar already did. He can Argus up his 2 minions, kill the Taunt Totem, break the shield of... Or just Earthshock. Or just Earthshock. Whatever.
Might as well Earthshock.
Yeah, just stop talking, play Earthshock. He can still
Azure Drake.
He can still drop his Defend of Argus if he wants to.
Or Defend of Argus.
To get some good board off. He doesn't even need to Earthshock if he doesn't want to. Like, keep your Earthshock for Alakia. Let's say. The good thing is you can just break the shield and you heal everything up. The only annoying thing is he can break your Argent Squire shield and shoot him away. Yeah, now we're gonna see Selnus Lightning Storm. And the good thing is, if we see it, he kept his Earthshock, so
he can keep the Selnus.
he can keep the Selnus, that's correct, he doesn't even need to play him.
Could go for it because he's a card draw.
Well, I guess I would drop him for the card draw, but if it gets Earthshock, that's so annoying. Well, it's gonna get Earthshocked anyway, but you lose his complete value instantly. And that always hurts.
Just keep it for the Lava Burst, the Lightning Bolt.
Okay, he didn't play it.
Azure Drake Totem.
Azure Drake Totem.
Or
Well,
Fire Elemental the Totem away. 2 plays, in my opinion.
I guess if you Azure Drake, you know he's dead. So you see a Spell Damage Totem. If he has a Lightning Bolt, you know he's dead. So you might just kill the lightning. You might just kill the totem. And if the lightning bolt is incoming now, it only would deal 3 damage. Even with his soundness, it would only deal 4 damage, and he would survive. So I guess that was the better play for Ostkaka here.
Totem. If you get spell damage, go Soundless Lightning Bolt. Else you go for Lava Burst.
I would consider going for a Hex. There, except
Alakir.
there's no minion you want to Hex. So you could Hex in Defend of Argus.
There might be a Ragnaros.
There might be a Ragnaros, but worst case scenario, you need to Lava Burst that one. A really worst case scenario. But I would think about, just hexing. So if you Lava Burst now, you're overloaded again, and then next turn you only have 7 mana. That would still be okay, but you want to win with a Lava Burst. So best case scenario, you have a Lava Burst Lightning Bolt in your hand, you get Cellness plus a spell damage totem, and you just do those 7 damage Lava Burst plus 5 damage Lightning Bolt. I would consider hexing. So turn 9, if an Alakir comes, you can ping it with your with your Fire Elemental and then Lava Burst Alakir, for example. Well, there's Alakir in Ostkaka's hand, plus Flame Tongue Totem, plus Rock Biter. So that looks extremely well for him now. Plus, and his Stormforged Axe is getting... I would even consider playing it now.
Stormforged? Definitely.
Well, he wants a totem to get Flame Tongue value.
Yes.
That's understandable.
Exactly.
But if you overload now, turn 10, you're free of overload.
Yep.
That's the big advantage I see here. Yeah, that's the biggest advantage.
I think Shaman Mirror is really interesting, but at the same time super boring.
There are a lot of questions you have to ask yourself when to play what, and do not waste that earlier on. And like we did, maybe keep your hacks, maybe use your things, yearn for spell damage to get enemy killed.
Soundless Lightning Bolt and a totem.
Soundless Lightning Bolt totem seems to be what you really need to do here, and hope for a taunt totem to get your Soundless into safety zone.
Or go for totem first, of course, see if it's spell damage.
And then keep your Soundless.
Yeah.
Well, but now you do not have any more spells on your hand, so you might just use your Soundness. Anyways.
Well, not yet.
Well, you might use him anyways, even though if you get a spell damage totem just to get that card draw. I mean, you got some options in your hand, but they're not that useful. So you got 2 Fire Elementals, but you only have 1 Hex. You don't have a big Game Hunter, as you said, if there's a Ragnaros coming. And we still see that Alakir Rockbiter. That's 12 damage. Alakir Rockbiter with Flame Tongue Totem is 16 damage. And that Earthshock. Now he's getting annoyed that he played his Rockbiter, that he played his weapon earlier. He played it, and now there is that frigging Unbound Elemental upcoming, and you cannot make use of it. That's so annoying.
Oh, damn.
Azure Drake drawing into a Lightning Storm. Fire Elemental cannot kill the 2/4.
Nope.
You cannot attack it with your 1/1. That's super annoying. Well, and next turn he can just drop down his Flame Tongue if he want.
Well, he could. No, he couldn't.
Also Alakir. Well, if he gets a Taunt Totem, I would have dropped my Flame Tongue. But like this, I guess just end my turn as Lothar. And then hope Ostkaka is not having a Lightning Storm to destroy my board. Something like that. Well, he has no Lightning Storm, we know. He just has Alakir, Rockbiter, Flame Tongue Totem. Okay, Azure Drake into Lightning Bolt.
Yeah.
Getting your minion even stronger. That's
Kill the
super
spell
nice.
damage totem.
But you need to put down your Flame Tongue actually to maybe get some super nice. Okay, maybe just overload yourself, crazy mode. That's something possible to do. You really want to kill the spell damage totem?
Yeah.
That's a must. And bring him down. So
I would actually use my weapon to kill a 1/1.
yeah, I agree here. If no Lightning Storm is incoming, that's really nice for you. Well, he goes for the phase, but
I don't understand why.
so there is a fire elemental that can kill the flame tongue totem.
And
Maybe hex the 5/5. Well, it's a 3/5 only, so not so dangerous, but still. Maybe hex something.
I would.
Fire elemental, the flame tongue. That's no discussion.
Yeah.
That's a must.
That's 4 damage and Alakir potential damage, etc.
Now the big question is just: are you going
To
to
hex the Azure Drake or the Unbound Elemental?
Yeah. Well, if you
Or
know
you go
your
for Alakir and kill both.
yeah, or you go
But
for a
you
look here and
lose a lot of burst.
but
But
the
you
board
keep
is
your
clear.
hex for Alakir, which is nice.
Yeah, that's an okay play. What he considers. You really don't want to lose your Alakir like that, but you really don't want to lose a game too. So clearing those 2 minions could turn out perfect, and you still have your 2 fire elements in your hand. So whatever happens, if there's Feral Spirits incoming, yeah, just fire elemental them away. Fire elemental rockbiter them away.
But the problem is the Flame Tongue would just stay.
The biggest problem is your flame tongue is getting killed by that searing totem. It hurts a lot.
Maybe he goes for the Flame Tongue and for the Unbound, yeah.
But it would feel better to clear both. Now you're so close to get killed by an Argent Commander, for example. Or he just goes for Alakir Rockbiter himself now to kill enemy Alakir. And actually I would say that's the best move he can do here to
Yep.
with the best outcome. So he plays Alakir Rockbiter, deals 5 damage and deals 6 damage to the face. He can also Argent Commander charge in and
He wants to keep his Alakir combo.
well, he really wants to deal those 12 damage in one burst. Understandable, but he would have had Alakir out like this. Okay, we see those fire elementals now still. He can absolutely kill
4-2.
the 4/2 and he will. There's 6 damage plus Alakir, so he can deal. Can he deal 18 damage next turn? So he can deal 18 damage
He
next turn.
could have dealt 20.
Or
22.
Hex Fire Elemental, that's a good play for Lothar here. It saves his ass actually.
Hex Fire Elemental, potential of Rockbiter.
The really good thing is with Alakir now, if he really wants to, he can just kill that 8/5 again. So he can just still go Alakir Rockbiter, kill that 8/5, feel good. Defend of Argus. So either he deals 14 damage now with his Alakir, or he goes Feral Spirits, Defend of Argus, kills the Flame Tongue, super safe mode, something like that.
And he's
I guess I would kill the 8/5 and just deal 6 damage to the face.
really?
The
You know, like there's still the lightning storms.
Yeah, that's a problem. If you go Feral Spirits, Argus, Totem, whatever, and there's a Lightning Storm incoming, there should be one left for Lothar.
Yeah, there's one left for both.
That's gonna vaporize your whole board, and you're most likely to lose the game in total. If that's
Yeah.
like I'm saying that, so I prefer going for Alakir, killing his minion, and then you're on the safe road. So if a lightning storm happens, you can still redrop everything if Alakir dies, but you do not have an 8/5 minion against you. So if
Then
there's
you also get a 3/4 taunt wolves.
yeah,
Which is really nice.
that's correct. And they survive a non-spell damage lightning storm, and even a spell damage lightning storm they could survive. Well, he doesn't need to do those 6 damage if he's at the moment on the winning.
Yeah.
Okay, that hacks super useful. Can use it, and if I'm not mistaken, for Ostkaka, have we seen a fire elemental by now?
Nope.
So he still has 2 biggies in his deck, and he has 3 Tauntas. So whatever he plays now will be safe from getting attacked by Lothar. the good thing with the 3/4 wolves. Oh, flame tank totem. If he buffs, if he places his Defender of Argus in the middle, places the flame tank totem, he can actually kill that 6/5 minion with his flame tank totem and weapon, and also get an additional also get Pharaoh Spirits additionally. So he would get an impressive board if he wants to now.
And if one lightning storm is there, it's GG.
Yeah, if one lightning storm is there, you absolutely screwed. 100% in your face, everything. Well, we see, but for Lothar,
He doesn't really have a lot on his end. It's more or less a top deck battle, even though they have a couple of cards. But
yeah, he kind of needs to do what we said. Just drop it now in the middle here.
I think I might consider just keeping my Spirit Wolves, just in case.
Yeah, he's gonna keep it. He just dropped the totem,
Yeah,
get a
of
1/3 totem. There's a Doom Hammer now for Lothar. That's
Nice.
That's super strong, but you kind of need 2 swings to get past one of those 1/3 totems, and you need to kill 2 of those. So you might consider using your Rock Biter here actually to get rid of those 2 instantly.
Yeah.
Well, or just kill the 2/1 first of all, and then just end your turn. And next turn you can also just Rock Biter to kill 2. But still, he's down to 14, and now there's some value for your First Spirits.
Exactly.
It just he was happy. He can attack you next turn, and you're just throwing even a light.
Nice.
So First Spirit, Lightning Storm Totem, just overcommit, and just pray to the Lord that he's not drawing his Lightning Storm. Taunt Totem additionally, that's just perfect.
6 minions on the board.
Well, if he trades with a 4/3, he doesn't need it to Lightning Storm.
Yeah, he can trade with the 3/1 afterwards.
Yeah, but
That's not a trade.
he still, well, he doesn't even need to play First Spirits with that Taunt Totem. So Lothar
Oh.
can attack. But I would kill the... No, I would kill the 4/2. Absolutely. Oh, if he plays the First Spirits,
That
he
was
doesn't
a
need to.
mistake.
Well, it's okay.
No, he needed to play them on the left side.
Oh, he cannot. It's a spell. It's
True.
getting late for you too.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. I'm always thinking it's a minion.
Yeah,
Damn
that's,
Spirit Wolves.
I wish you could
Yeah.
actually, and I think
I think they should make it possible.
well, it's a spell, so they would need to change the First Spirits to. Well, they should make spell minions maybe targetable.
Yep.
But at the moment, that's not in the mechanics here. I still would have killed the 4/2, so he could have killed it with his 4/3 and still killed the spell damage totem with a 3/1 totem.
Yeah, I know.
And I feel that being better, especially because Lothar takes more damage if he clears the taunters. And now that minion is actually able to kill your 2/3, so he can kill one Spirit Wolf for free, and that sucks. Just
Yep.
it's super annoying.
And we don't have any music anymore because Timo is asleep.
Yeah, he's
Oh, that's fine.
he's just chatting and not doing music.
Timo's chatting to girls.
Everything. And that's no hate on our producer. That's just informative because he can hear us while we're talking. Just friendly reminder.
Yep.
So everything dies here from Ostkaka. Even his flame tank totem. That's super annoying. And what we said, that 4/2 survived in the end. So this looks crappy now for Ostkaka, in my opinion. Slightly misplayed last turn. If he played it different, it would look extremely good for him.
Well, it could be worse since Lothar is down to 8 HP.
Oh, that's true. And now he kind of needs to... Well, if he's not Lightning Storming, he needs to Hex. At least get rid of that 4/2 minion.
He wants to have his 2 damage still.
Yeah. So and
Obviously Lightning Storm. That makes sense.
keeping the Hex is better.
Yep.
So, well, he can kill in the Zwidrake too. So it really doesn't... Well, and an Unbound. So now the Hex might have been better, and he could have hoped for some crazy Lightning Storm in the end. But as you say, Lothar is down to 6, and we haven't seen a Fire Elemental by now. And I do not know if Ostkaka still has a Lightning Bolt.
I would go for Totem. I don't know which one has.
If he goes for Taunt Totem... Well, if he goes for a Totem and it doesn't work, that's super sad. He needs to clear the totems to prevent some spell damage madness.
Now go for totem.
But he will still drop down to 4 next turn. And if there is a Doomhammer for Ostkaka too, so he might play a Doomhammer also. That would be extremely annoying for Lothar. And Ostkaka has so many turns.
It would be lethal.
He has so many cards to be drawn here actually. And well, it's only a First Spirits.
First Spirits, totem, attack the face, and hex the Azure Drake.
That's what he needs to do, and he's going to win like that, if I'm not mistaken. By now, that's a win if Lothar is not getting his Defend of Argus. So Lothar could get a Defend of Argus and
Deathwing.
And taunt up his Unbound Elemental. A Deathwing would prove fatal now if one of those players had one. Those are the games when you wish, oh dear lord, I want to top deck a Deathwing. That would be so good.
Yeah, I'll attack the face.
Well, he needs to hex the 4/4.
Yeah, but I would attack the face first.
Yep.
He decides against it.
Well, I would attack the face first because next turn you can attack with your 1/1 and just do more damage. So prefer that. He can kill one wolf, but he will take 5 damage next turn.
If he doesn't get a taunt totem.
Yeah. So he can kill a wolf and survive next turn. Even a spell. Wow, that sucks. That's not enough. So he can kill 2 wolves if he wants to. Now he can. Well, he can kill 2 wolves, but then he's down to 2. Killing that 1 wolf saves him 1 more round. If Ostkaka had played it different, he would have dealt 2 damage to the face and definitely win next turn.
Yep.
But still, it's just looking super good for Ostkaka. Both players just have crab in their hand. Ostkaka might draw one of his fire elementals finally. No, just a lightning bolt. That's enough. GG here. Though that was a rather long game, but still super interesting. It was focused most of the times, just hoping for one of the players